Ready to learn more about nurse coaching in 10 minutes than you ever thought possible? Peter and Heather here, co-founders of the Nurse Coach Collective. If you're new to the world of nurse coaching, you've probably got some questions. And after speaking to more than 5,000 nurses about this field, we've got a pretty good idea of what those questions are.
So right now, we're gonna help you get a better understanding of nurse coaching by running through those top 10 most common questions that we get from nurses who are new to this specialty. So stick with us, and we're gonna cover a ton of ground. You ready?
Let's go. Question number 1, what is a nurse coach? All right, let's start with the basics, right? A nurse coach is a registered nurse who has additional training in the field of health and wellness coaching, lifestyle medicine, and the science of human change. You assess where your client's at, where they want to be, and then you coach them to get there by asking powerful questions. Questions that empower your client to see new possibilities, to become inspired to take action, and to ultimately create sustainable change in their lifestyle. Because we all know change is hard. If you've ever tried to improve your own health and happiness, you know just how difficult it can be to not only get started, but to sustain results in the long term. But if you have a professional there to hold you accountable and to believe in your ability to succeed, you're gonna have a much higher chance of achieving the results you want. And that's where we nurse coaches come into play. Because with 60% of Western adults suffering from one or more chronic diseases and 2/3 of the population taking one or more prescription meds, it's become increasingly more important to have a nurse coach, a licensed medical professional, someone there to ensure that our clients are taking steps to elevate their lifestyle in a safe, evidence-informed way. So that's the basics of what nurse coaching is. A healing combination of nursing, coaching, education, and client empowerment.
Question number 2, how do nurse coaches help their patients? Like, who do they work with and what do they actually do? Well, the short answer is this. Nurse coaches can work with absolutely anyone in any setting, and you can coach your clients around pretty much every single area of health and well-being. Having trained more nurse coaches than anyone else on the planet, and reading the client testimonials from our students' work with more than 10,000 private clients, I can tell you that the ways in which you can help your clients as a nurse coach are truly innumerable. But I know that's not really an answer, so let me put it like this. Nearly all humans, we want the same things. We want to be happy, healthy, and fulfilled. We want to be holistically well, meaning that we desire balance and wellness in our mind, body, spirit, and emotions. Nobody wants to be overweight, crippled by chronic disease, or riddled with medication side effects. No one wants to be lonely or anxious or stressed. What we nurse coaches do is we help our clients to return to their natural state as a human being. We help them leverage their own potential to achieve an optimal state of health and happiness. Now, do we help our clients to eat better and sleep better, exercise more, connect with others more deeply, practice mindfulness to reduce stress? Absolutely. We do all of that. And all that boils down to coaching our clients to elevate their thinking so that they can take empowered actions that move them towards wellness. That is what we nurse coaches actually do.
Question number 3, why does nurse coaching exist? If you've been in the nursing profession for more than a few months, you've probably come to the same realization that myself and most of our colleagues have, that the current model of care is broken. The pendulum of medicine has swung too far in the direction of reactionary, pharma-focused care, which has resulted in a crisis of epic proportions circulating through our population. I'm talking obesity, chronic illness, loneliness, stress, and mental health issues that are plaguing our society at every single level, with the majority of treatments only perpetuating the very problems that we aim to solve. This model has left us and our patients stuck in this insane spiral, which is why nurse coaching is so important. The field of nurse coaching aims to bring that pendulum back to center, to take the best of both worlds, the best of modern medicine and lifestyle medicine. So you're going to learn to utilize lifestyle medicine as a first-line treatment, helping your clients to eat, sleep, move, connect better. And because our day-to-day actions have more of an impact on our health and well-being than just about anything else, that's where we focus our energy. Nursing is the antidote to the sick care model that's been plaguing our profession for far too long. That's why it exists, and that's why it's so important.
Question number 4. Where do nurse coaches work? As a nurse coach, you can start by working in your current role to 10x your satisfaction and connection. Or you can do what Ellen did and create your own position inside of an organization by being fearless and talking to your nursing director. Maybe you want to do what Nisha did and work for a health coaching company. Or maybe you want to do something like Joanna and work at a plant-based retreat center and then get into corporate wellness. Perhaps you want to follow Laura's lead and work alongside a naturopath or functional medicine doctor. Or maybe you want the ultimate freedom and fulfillment to do something like Jen and create your own thriving private practice as a nurse coach. My point is, you can do whatever you want. There has never been a better moment to take your hard-earned nursing professional license and make it truly work for you. These examples are from real-world nurse coaches who are really no different from you and me. Their parents, their friends, they're everyday professionals who simply decided to leverage nurse coaching to do something different. Now, whether you want to be in a hospital, a clinic, a wellness center, an insurance company, or have your own business, there are plenty of options as a nurse coach. If you can dream it, we will help you get there.
Question number 5. Can I make money as a nurse coach, or is this a scam? Nurse coaching is not just a passion or a hobby. It's a money-earning job. So yes, of course you can make money as a nurse coach, but only you can do the work to make that happen. Now, some of our grads have gone on to do absolutely incredible work, replacing, doubling, or even quadrupling their income from the hospital while also having more freedom than ever before. But during that exact same time frame, other nurse coaches have struggled to even implement the core principles of nurse coaching into their own life. So what's the difference between these two types of people? It's simple. It's ownership and recognizing that your results are dependent on the work that you put in. Nothing happens overnight. On our end, while we'll provide you with everything you need to succeed as a nurse coach, like the training, the theory, mentorship, and even next level business support if that's what you're into, and when you couple all of that support on our end with you personally taking 100% responsibility for your success and results, you'll realize that there is so much potential inside of this profession. And now if any part of you is wondering, like, is this a scam or is this multi-level marketing? I remember that feeling of thinking, this all sounds too good to be true. So let me put it like this. Our only intention is to elevate the lives of as many nurses as we possibly can and to advance the field of nurse coaching as quickly as possible because our world so desperately needs it right now. And the best way I know to show you that we're legit at the Nurse Coach Collective is by inviting you to look at some of the hundreds of testimonials from our graduates. These are raw, real, unfiltered nurse coaches who have completed our training. Better yet, you can join our free community and speak to some of them directly. Awesome.
Question number 6. Is there a board certification in nurse coaching, and is it accredited? Yes and yes, my friend. There are 2 board certifications that I'm going to tell you about: the Nurse Coach Board Certification and the Holistic Nurse Board Certification. Now, the Nurse Coach Board Certification is more focused on behavioral science and helping your clients to transform their lifestyle through coaching. While the Holistic Nurse Certification, this one's more focused on taking a mind, body, spirit approach to health and healing. Recognizing that we as humans are interconnected beings who heal better when all of these facets of our well-being are addressed. Bonus, if you train with us at the Nurse Coach Collective, you are completing all of your practice and education requirements to become eligible to sit for both of those board certifications when you complete the course. Now, part 2, are they accredited? Yes. Both board certifications are endorsed by the American Holistic Nurses Credentialing Corporation, which is a magnet-recognized institution accredited by the ANCC. So these board certs are as legit and nationally recognized as it gets. And side note, You may also be interested to know that we have a 100% pass rate for both board certifications at the time of making this video. And that's a testament to the quality of our training and a very well-written exam.
Question number 7. What will I learn in becoming a nurse coach that I don't already know as a nurse? I love this one. Back in the day, I was an expert ER nurse. Like, if you ever came to the emergency room, I was the guy you wanted to see. But when I transitioned over to the CVICU to recover open heart patients, I didn't know anything about that realm in nursing. It took nearly 6 months of full-time training to become comfortable in the new unit. And learning to become a nurse coach is no different. It takes training and it takes practice. And even though you might think that as a nurse you already know all there is to know about health and wellness coaching, I can assure you that no matter how many decades you've been in this field, you simply can't. Because if it was true that we nurses knew everything there was to know about health and wellness coaching, if we were truly effective agents of change, then wouldn't things like patient non-compliance be a thing of the past? Wouldn't preventable chronic illness be an outlier instead of the norm? Learning to become a nurse coach, it's going to open up an entirely new way for you to help others heal on a deep and transformative level. We've worked with more than 1,000 plus nurses to date, some with decades of experience and 20 letters after their name, and they all say the same thing. The professional and personal growth in this training is unlike anything they've ever experienced.
Question number 8. What are my pathways to becoming a nurse coach? If you search for how to become a nurse coach, you'll encounter the whole gamut of options. There's the basic bottom of the barrel programs with no community interaction and some shaky pseudoscience at best. Then there's the stupidly overpriced university model that costs $50,000 to $100,000 and leaves you in a pile of debt with no assistance for actually putting this stuff into real life practice. Now, you can do what you want, but I highly encourage you to not waste your time with either of those options. Instead, look for a program that has a proven track record, is transparent about pricing and student experiences, and is taught by nurse coaches who are actively engaged in this work. So stay away from academics who never actually apply the theory, because nursing is a hands-on art and science. So the program you choose should have greater amounts of practice than theory.
Question number 9. What's the Nurse Coach Collective training like? Good question. At the Nurse Coach Collective, we leverage a battle-tested process to provide best-in-class continuing education. As I've already said, we've worked with more than 1,000 nurses from the US, Canada, and beyond. In our 7-month entirely remote program, you'll get evidence-based theory, mentorship from professional nurse coaches, and access to a community of nurses who are so freaking inspiring, it's gonna blow you away. You're gonna have more fun and experience greater transformation than you ever thought possible inside of a continuing ed program. That's what our training is all about. That's what it's like to work with us.
Question number 10. How can I get started and trained as a nurse coach? Well, if you haven't applied yet, then that's where you start. We completely expect that by now you've already thought of your next 10 questions, and we want to make sure that you have the opportunity to ask all of them in real time to a real nurse coach. And that's why we invite you to sign up for a free call with a nurse coach on our team right now. You'll have the opportunity to speak to Peter, myself, or one of the amazing nurse coaches on our team so that you can go deeper into this field than I can do in this quick video. The call is 100% obligation free, and I promise that it will be the best 30 minutes you've spent in years. Seriously, our grads often look back at their application call as the call that changed their life. So take 3 minutes right now to pick a date and time that works for you and hop on a call with us. And then let's take your practice to the next level. Or if you've already applied and have been accepted, woohoo, congrats! That means that we have both done our due diligence to ensure that you'll be a great fit for the program and the program will be a great fit for you. So now the door is open for you to enter into one of the most powerful nursing communities on earth. And all that's left is to get you registered.
If you want to become a nurse coach, there's zero reason to wait and there's never been a better time. After watching this video, you've got all the basic Q&As out of the way. You know what a nurse coach is, how we help our patients, and why it exists. You know where you can work as a nurse coach, that you can replace or exceed your bedside income if you put in the work, and that the board certifications are legit. Finally, you know what you're gonna learn, what our training is like, and what your options are to become a nurse coach.
Thanks for watching, and we cannot wait to support you on your journey to become a nurse coach.
Heck yeah.